Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life, and welcome to episode 19 of the Wireless Weekly Recap. Got a few topics to cover, so let's get started. So, as many of you already know, T-Mobile announced another Un-carrier move on September 6th. Now, I've been seeing a lot of your guys' comments asking me, what do you think? Do you have any insight on this? Well, in my opinion, right now, there isn't much to go off of. No hints have been dropped, but I think John is going to fire back at Verizon and announce all plans to be HD 1080p. That's just my opinion. With this would be a big punch to Verizon that just lowered everyone to 720p pretty much on the most expensive plan. So I think, if not all plans, I think the separation between the T-Mobile One and the T-Mobile One Plus, I think if you pay that extra money, I think T-Mobile is going to offer everyone 1080p on that plan. I'm just guessing. I think now that is the case, but I think also the 480p will also get 1080p. Now I'm just speculating, and I want to hear you guys' opinions too. I mean, we won't know until the official news have been released. But I'm thinking something along those lines with everyone getting 1080p. Maybe, as I mentioned a few weeks ago, if you remember my video, a free HD pass, getting that out once again. But this Un-carrier move is going to be targeted towards AT&T and Verizon, in my opinion. And if it is something big, like that's going to blow our socks off, I think this would be the perfect timing to announce it. So they didn't go wrong on that part. They picked a really good time, going into Q3 and Q4. That could spark growth once again. And, it's going to lead to a lot of foot traffic going into T-Mobile stores. So we'll definitely see. We're a few days away. The countdown has already begun. So next week, I believe Wednesday or so, we should know more. So definitely stay tuned for that coverage, and we can talk about it on that video. So next, I've been tracking a lot of Verizon upgrades in my area, looking over the permits, and they are just putting towers everywhere. They are taking old equipment off, putting new equipment, adding new cabinets. As you can see, they're digging a hole right there. That's going to be a very dense area right there. There's a tower not even a half a mile from that tower. So they're gearing up for gigabit speeds towards the end of this year. So I wanted to get a voting started, so to speak, with you guys. If the iPhone 8 or the Pro or whatever it's going to be called doesn't have gigabit, did you guys want me to test Verizon using an iPhone, or did you want me to go with a gigabit device using Android? I'm picking between the LG V30 or the Note 8. But if the iPhone 8, which it probably won't, but if it does have gigabit speeds, a chipset, then I'll probably go with the iPhone. But I want to hear from you guys if you want me to, continue testing Verizon with an Android or a iOS device. Definitely haven't been posting any Verizon speed tests. It's really hard to get a screen recorder for that. So once I get one, either one of the devices with iOS 11 coming out, I'll be able to screen record with actual Apple software. I don't have to get a third party and pay for it. I had to keep paying for it, and Apple was taking it off. So with iOS 11, I'll be able to get an actual screen recorder from Apple. And you guys know with Android, you can pretty much get any third party screen recorder. So I've been tracking this down, and competition is really good, and Verizon is looking to get really, 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 really dense. So definitely stay tuned for that, and let me know in the comment section down below which device you would like me to use to test. So next, we have some speed testing actually from El Paso. So I just found out some info. If you guys are familiar with UTEP, we used to have a tower along I-10 that served UTEP from T-Mobile, but there's a huge construction going on right now. They're building all types of bridges and stuff on that side of town due to growth and population. So they had to take that tower down on that side. So, T-Mobile was like, guess what? We're just going to build a tower in the middle of UTEP. So on the college campus, T-Mobile just went ahead and built the tower. And this was a buddy of mine sent this in, and he got those speed tests on an iPhone without, this is not using any gigabit technology, no 4x4 MIMO, no 256 QAMs. And as you can see, he got over 200 megabits consistently at peak times. This is at 5:44 p.m. So that tower has some crazy capacity on it and good amount of backhaul. So that's good to see that T-Mobile was able to maneuver around them, having them take the tower down from I-10, and they moved it right into the middle of campus. So that is really, really good to see. So next, we have some speed tests out of Las Vegas. A buddy of mine, Noel, sent this in. He just upgraded to the Galaxy S8. So he is, going around checking for LTE-U, checking for any crazy speeds. And so far, he's been pretty pleased with how the device performs. So that's definitely good to see. Now, the Snapdragon 835 gets the job done. I have no problem with the company or not, but these guys are just a bit too cocky as far as the whole Intel and Qualcomm thing. And I hope they get it sorted out with Apple. Finally, I'm hoping if they don't get it this year, I hope they can get it next year and get a gigabit chipset inside an Apple device. So definitely this concludes the episode for today. Just not too long. Just wanted to get some points out. I've seen you guys ask a lot of questions. I hope the Un-carrier move is a big one. I hope it's another game changer for the wireless industry. I know John is always looking for ways to, change how people think about the wireless industry and get rid of customer pain points. And he just launched not too long ago, they didn't really call it an Un-carrier move, but the 55 Unlimited, I think that's a good plan for people to really get into a smartphone and not pay that much. So that is definitely a good plan. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think T-Mobile is going to do next on September 6th. Do you think it's going to be something along the lines that I was talking about as far as the HD, 1080p on all plans? Or do you think it is going to be another game changer, something really big that's going to put AT&T and Verizon on their toes? So definitely stay tuned. As I mentioned, I have a partnership in the works for content partnership with Light Reading. We're still working on a few details. I've been, emailing back and forth, calls and all that stuff. And that will allow me to, as I'm still working out the details, it will allow me to gain press passing so I can attend certain big events. Let's just say there was an LTE speed test convention, and under their name, I would be able to attend certain of those things. So that is definitely something good for the channel going forward. Like I said, I do it for you guys, and that's why I asked for the voting to see which device you would like me to test going forward. So definitely stay tuned. I'm always working behind the scenes, always getting more knowledge. So definitely, I appreciate that you guys appreciate the content. Other people are noticing as well. We just hit we're now over 500,000 views and going towards 1 million. So definitely much appreciated. Like, share, subscribe. Make sure you subscribe so you can stay up to date with all the latest content. Make sure you hit the bell as well so you get notified. This is Tyrone with Tech Life, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.